Oh, you remember Hans and Franz from SNL, right? They got those new commercials. They want to pump you up. Well, James Moniz here from Bank of Hawaii. He wants to pump up your credit score. That's why we're in the gym today, James. So what's the first step? How do I pump up my credit score?
Well, Steve, the first step is basically like any fitness plan. You want to know where you're starting from. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to www.annualcreditreport.com to pull a free copy of your credit report, and then it'll give you the option to purchase a credit score and maybe participate in credit monitoring services. And that will let you know kind of where your credit score is. So a good credit score starts in the mid to high 700s, and if your score is in the mid 600s or lower, typically you're not going to qualify for the best rates and terms.
So I've heard, though, that my credit will take a hit the more times that I ask for this information. Is that true at all?
No, not true. If you're requesting your own credit report and credit score, it doesn't impact your score. Typically what impacts your score is if you're shopping for lots of different kinds of credit, that in a short period of time may adjust your score down a little bit.
Okay, so now that I've got the data, I know where my credit score is. What's the next step after that?
So depending on what you want to do with your credit, obviously if you want to increase your score, the first thing you want to do is figure out, how many debts that you have and come up with a plan to attack the highest interest rates first, figure out what the monthly payments are, and come up with a budget to attack bringing down your debt. You also want to make sure that your credit report is accurate, and if there's anything that's not accurate, you want to make sure you either dispute that with the credit bureau or go to the creditor that's reporting it and make sure they update it with correct information.
All right, so late payments on my car, my mortgage, that kind of stuff that can hurt me. How do I make sure that doesn't happen?
Well, hopefully you're able to manage your debts properly and you don't get behind. But if you get past 30 days, then it'll impact your credit score. But the best way to ensure that doesn't happen is to figure out when all your payments are due. Either work through the creditors and set up automatic payments, or work with some bill pay companies or your bank to set up reminders and notices, and that makes sure that you pay on time or in advance so that doesn't happen.
So typically I don't get hit as hard if I'm just 1 or 2 days late.
No, 1 or 2 days late, not going to make an impact, but sometimes you may get hit with a late charge. But what goes to your credit report is either 30 to 60, 90 days past the due date.
All right, when you're working in the gym, when you're trying to get more fit, there are physical trainers that can help you with this. Are there professionals that can help me pump up my credit score?
Absolutely, some people need help, but the word of caution I would say to you, Steve, is make sure that people go through reputable, accredited credit counselors that know what they're doing, that are able to assist you. And I would be wary of companies that promise you, oh, we're going to fix your credit, but you just have to pay up front. Because typically, it's more a plan, and it's coming up with ensuring the information is accurate on your credit report. They can't take away bad information if you have been late, but they can get you on the right path.
Good. By the way, this complete interview is going to be posted online at hawaiinewsnow.com. For James Moniz, I'm Steve Uehara.